Hi there, welcome to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful top. As you can see, the star of the show are these beautiful sleeves that have little flowers on them. Please note, these sleeves are yarn eaters. I'm going to put on the description how many skeins I used. But anyways, if you think you'll want one, make sure to keep watching and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so to start this beautiful top, you will need some yarn. I'm using one from Red Heart. It is worsted weight and in the color Jade. So first things first, we're gonna do some chains. I'm gonna do this in the average size medium. I will put up on the screen the other amount of chains for other sizes. For this one, I'm gonna make 60 chains plus 2. So let's start with a slip stitch. A slip knot, I mean. Okay, and just start making chains. By the way, I am using my 4.5 millimeter hook. I have completed my 62 chains and I'm gonna start doing double crochets on the third chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, go into that chain and do your first double crochet. Okay, and just keep doing double crochets, 1 per chain until you reach the other side. Okay, I have finished my 60 double crochets. This is how it's looking. So now I'm just gonna chain 2. That counts as a double crochet. Now turn around and you're gonna do the next one on the second one here, since this is a double crochet, and just keep doing double crochets until you reach the other side. And it's gonna be the same thing, chain 3 and turn around over and over, and don't forget to do the last double crochet of every round on that last chain right there, otherwise your top is going to start to shrink like a triangle and we don't want that. So you're going to keep doing this rows and rows until you have 24. Okay, I have finished the rows that I wanted. This is how it's looking. Now this is the part where I'm going to start reducing. So this chain 2 that I made for the next round, I'm not going to count it as a double crochet. I'm going to reduce 2 stitches. Okay, so yarn over, insert your hook on that first one, yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, go through 3 loops, and yarn over and close it off. Okay, so just keep doing normal double crochets until you reach the other side, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna reduce 2 stitches. Okay, I have my 2 stitches left, my double crochet, my chains right there, so I'm gonna yarn over and insert my hook in both of those and reduce. Okay, just like that, I reduce 2 stitches, chain 2 and turn around, and you're gonna do this every other round. So this round you're gonna double crochet normally until you reach the other side, and the next round you will do the same as before. You're gonna reduce both sides and you're gonna do this until you have 9 more rounds. I have finished the 9 additional rounds that I did after I started reducing. This is how it's looking. As you can see, this is how it goes once you start reducing. It's no longer a square. So yeah, and since I finished the length that I wanted, the 9 rounds, I took this part of the top and looked at myself in the mirror and determined that this was my middle and this is where my neck began and ended. So yeah, I did make sure that I had the same stitches on either side, so it's 18 stitches here and 18 stitches here. So yeah, this is where the neck would go, and this is where the shoulders would go. So now we're gonna start doing the neckline part. We're gonna do the first one here, and then you'll do the other one on this side, obviously. Okay, so to start the neckline, you're gonna continue reducing every other round normally, like you were doing, but you're gonna do it for 5 more rounds, and you're gonna do it on this side as well. So chain 2 and continue doing your double crochets. For me, on this round, I'm not reducing, so I'm just gonna continue doing double crochets normally until I reach my stitch marker. Okay, I have reached the stitch marker, so I'm taking it off and doing my final double crochet for that round and chain 2. I wanted to point out that for me it's 18 double crochets because that's my neckline. Maybe for yourself it's less than that. Maybe you want your neckline to be bigger or smaller. So I always encourage to take the piece and put it against your chest and look at yourself in the mirror. That way is the easiest to determine where you want your neckline to be. So for this round, I have to reduce. So insert your hook on 2 stitches and reduce. Okay, so continue doing this every other round, reducing on both sides until you have 5 rounds beginning here. So this is my second one. Okay, I have finished the 5 rows that I wanted, so I'm just gonna chain 1 and cut off my yarn. Easy as that. So obviously you're gonna do the same thing for the other side. So let me see here. I'm just gonna attach myself starting here so it looks the same as this side. Chain 2, that counts as a double crochet for me because I didn't reduce on this first row. So just continue doing double crochets. And a very good tip is to hide your tail at the same time. So when you insert your hook in that stitch, make sure that the tail is at the top of the hook. Grab your yarn and you're hiding it at the same time. So I'm going to complete this off camera. Here I have the other side that I already completed, so you can see how it's gonna look. Okay, so once I finish the side that I am working on, I'm gonna show you how to start the sleeves. So we're gonna start the sleeve. To start it, you're gonna need multiples of 9. I'm gonna make 79 plus 2. This can apply to many sizes because it's a pretty big sleeve. It's pretty puffy, but if you want it puffier, do multiples of 9 plus 2. So I'm gonna do the 79 plus 2 and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, I have finished my 79 chains plus 2 and now I'm gonna start making a double crochet on the 3rd chain from the hook. Okay, so now I'm gonna chain 2, skip 2, and I'm gonna make my first puff stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook on that 3rd chain, yarn over, bring it up, yarn over again, insert your hook, grab the yarn, go through, yarn over, insert your hook, grab it again, and you're gonna do this 4 times. Then finally yarn over and go through all those loops until you have 2 on the hook, yarn over and close it off, chain 3 and another puff stitch right next to it. Remember, 4 times. Now chain 2, skip 2, another double crochet, now chain 3, but you're only going to skip 2 chains and do a single crochet. Chain 3 again, and a double crochet, skipping 2. Okay, chain 2, and you're going to start making the same thing you did at the beginning, 2 puff stitches with 3 chains in between. Okay, so once you finish your second set of puff stitches, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet, chain 3 but skip 2, and single crochet, chain 3, skip 2, okay, chain 2, and just like that we are repeating the pattern over and over again. So you're gonna keep doing this until you reach the end, and you're gonna finish with 2 double crochets just like you started. Okay, I am here almost at the end. I have 4 chains left, and like I said, chain 3, skip 2, and you're gonna end with 2 double crochets. And that's it for that first round on the sleeve. That is how it's looking. Now chain 3, that counts as a double crochet, and turn around. So for the second round, we're gonna start making the flowers, or half of them. Do another double crochet on that next one. And now it's the part where it gets a little bit tricky, but I promise it's so easy once you get the hang of it. So you're gonna pull it up a little bit, a loop on your hook, and the puff stitch, you're gonna make it right there inside the double crochet, right there. Okay, not between the two, but at the top. So do the puff stitch 4 times in and out. Now you're gonna do another puff stitch on that middle stitch on the chain 3. Another puff stitch on that chain 3 right next to those. Okay, so now you're gonna over and go through all those loops, so be careful. You're gonna do it slowly. And that's it. So now you're gonna over and close it off. So you have like 3 petals done. So again, pull it up a little bit, and you're gonna do a 4th petal and another puff stitch on that middle. Close it off, and you're gonna take that first loop, you're gonna insert your hook, you're gonna over and close it off. Chain 1, and there you have your 4th petal, and you're gonna double crochet on top of the previous double crochet. Now you're gonna chain 3 and single crochet on that chain 3 between the puff stitches from the previous round. Okay, chain 3 again, double crochet on that double crochet from the previous round, and another puff stitch or half of a flower you're gonna start. So you're gonna start the same that you did here. So once again, pull it up a little bit and start doing your puff stitch. Okay, so once you finish those 3 petals, again, pull it up a little bit, do another puff stitch right in the middle. Take that first loop you see there, insert your hook, yarn over, close it off, chain 1, and do a double crochet in that next double crochet you see. So as you can see, that is the pattern repeat. Now I'm gonna do the 2 chains, single crochet and another 2 chains. I meant 3, sorry. Right next to the double crochet, 3 chains, single crochet, 3 chains, and start the flower. So you're gonna keep doing this until you reach the other side, obviously, and you're gonna finish with 2 double crochets, just like you started at the beginning. Okay, I'm almost finished with the second round. This is how it's looking. I'm gonna chain 3, after that single crochet, and end with 2 double crochets. Chain 3, turn around, another double crochet next to the chain, chain 3, single crochet on that single crochet you did on the previous round, chain 3, double crochet on top of the double crochet. Okay, chain 2, and you're going to do a puff stitch on the middle. Chain 3, and another puff stitch to complete the flower. Okay, chain 2, and double crochet on the one from the previous round. Chain 2, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, double crochet on top of the double crochet, chain 2, and again you're going to do the 2 puff stitches with 3 chains in between. Chain 3, chain 2 and do the double crochet, chain 3 again, single crochet, chain 3, double crochet, and start making the flower all over again. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to follow this third round. That is the round that forms the flower or finishes it. So yeah, you're gonna do this until you reach the other side. Okay, so I have finished this round with my 2 double crochets, and this is how it's looking. So chain 3 again, and double crochet right next to it. Now we are sort of repeating the second round, but we're gonna start with the single crochet right here in the middle. So first chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, double crochet on the top of the double crochet from the previous round. And now you're gonna start making the flower just like you did on the second round. So pull it up a little bit and start making some puff stitches. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty much the same thing as I did on the second round. Double crochets on top of the double crochets, chain 3, single crochet on this middle right here between the flowers, chain 3, double crochet, start making another flower, and so on. So I'm gonna continue off camera and meet you on the other side. Okay, I finished this round. This is how it's looking. Again, chain 3, turn around, another double crochet right next to it, chain 2, and 2 puff stitches here with 3 chains in between. Chain 2, double crochet, and there you completed your flower. So again, chain 3, single crochet on the single crochet from the previous round, chain 3, double crochet, chain 2, again 2 puff stitches with 3 chains in between, and finish it off with a double crochet. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to follow this pattern once you get the hang of it. I'm gonna finish off this row off camera, but once you finish it, it's practically the row 2 starting all over again and the other rounds that follow, so over and over again until the length of the sleeve is to your liking. Okay, another round finished. This is how it's looking and where the pattern repeat ends. So yeah, I'm gonna put on the description the exact clips where I started each round for the sleeves, just so you can go back and forth more easily. Once you get used to the pattern, then you obviously won't need it, I promise. So yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this, like I said, until I like the length of it, until it covers all of my arm, until it reaches here. So yeah, I'm gonna see you in just a few moments when I finish the sleeve. Okay, so I have finished all the rows that I wanted. This is how it's looking. I think it turned out pretty great. So yeah, and by the way, it's measuring around 22 inches. So once I got the length that I wanted, I just did a row with half the flower, just so I had more of a straight line to make it more easier to attach my ribbon. Now I'm just gonna chain one for this last row, and I'm gonna do a single crochet per stitch. So I'm just gonna chain one and turn around. Single crochet in that first stitch and then the other. And then I'm just gonna figure out where to put it. I'm not gonna put too little or too much. I'm gonna put one right there in that puff stitch and one in the middle. Okay. I'm gonna put 3 on that chain 3. And so on. So I'm gonna keep doing this off camera and I'll meet you on the other side. Okay, I have finished my single crochet, so I'm just gonna chain one and cut it off and pull it up. So that's it for the sleeve. Obviously you need 2. So once you have the 2, you're gonna start your ribbing, which I'm gonna show you right now. So for the ribbing, I'm gonna chain 21. Okay, I did my 21 chains. This is definitely customizable. I'm doing a pretty long ribbon, so as you can see, it's gonna take pretty much this whole space on my wrist, but if you want it smaller, you can definitely do that. So I'm gonna start doing my single crochets on the second chain from the hook. So once you've finished your single crochets, you're gonna chain one and turn around. And now you're gonna do the single crochets, but on the back loop only. Okay. Okay, I have completed my second row. This is how it's looking. Now chain one, and you're gonna do the same thing, single crochets on the back loop only. And you're gonna keep doing this until the ribbon fits around your wrist. Okay, remember this stretches, so don't make it too big. Okay, I have finished all the rows that I wanted. I did 24. Now I'm just gonna chain one, and I'm gonna single crochet along the edge, 1 single crochet per row. So for myself, it's gonna be 24 single crochets. Okay, there you have the single crochets. Now I'm gonna chain one, but before cutting it off, I'm gonna cut a really long tail, and it's gonna be 6 times this measurement. So it's gonna be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I'm gonna pull it up. And there you have it. Now we're gonna attach the ribbon to the sleeve. first I'm gonna use a stitch marker to mark the middle. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. I just hate counting, and you can just fold it like that. So yeah, I did the same with the sleeve. Okay, so I have here my needle. The long tail is to attach it to the sleeve using the needle. So the stitch markers in the middle, what they do is that I'm gonna make sure that this middle on the sleeve ends up in this middle on the ribbing. So what I'm gonna do is just start on that first stitch, and to make the sleeve start running towards this middle, you're gonna go into the same space on the ribbing but jumping onto the next on the sleeve. So I'm gonna going onto the same space in the ribbon and going into the next on the sleeve. The same again. I may do this 3 or 4 times per space on the ribbing. It all depends on how wide you made your sleeve. So I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to go into the next stitch on the ribbing. Use the same one again, but the next on the sleeve. So I'm gonna keep doing this off camera until I reach the middle, just so you know how it's looking. As promised, this is how it's looking once I got to the middle. Once I finish it, you're gonna see the full effect. It's gonna look more puffier, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna continue and then I'll show you how it looks. Okay, so I have finished putting the ribbing together onto the sleeve. So I'm just gonna take off my needle and I'm gonna attach it. Sorry, I'm gonna do a simple knot here just to secure it. And then I'll hide those tails with a needle. Okay, so that is how it's looking on the right side. Okay, so now on to the best part, which is putting the top together. So the first step of putting this top together, I have my 2 main panels here, right sides looking at each other. This would be the wrong side. So I'm just gonna insert my hook on both of these sides and attach my yarn. Chain 1 and another single crochet, and another single crochet in that same space. And so on. Keep doing this until you reach the other side, and obviously you will do the same on the other. Okay, so for the second part of putting this top together, I will put the sleeve onto the main part on the sides. I will put up a photo so you can look at it, how it looks flat in the floor, because I had to do it in the floor to make sure that both of the panels and the sleeve were lined up in the middle. So yeah, just gonna start right here where I put my stitch marker. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna attach my yarn. Oops. Chain 1 and single crochet in that same space. And I'm going to keep doing this all the way until I reach the other side. So for the third and final part of putting this top together, you will start doing your single crochets on the side of the sleeve all the way down here. This is where your armpit would be, and all the way down to the main body of the top. So same technique. You're gonna attach your yarn once again. And just start making single crochets along the ribbing until you reach the sleeve, and just keep doing single crochets like I said all the way down to the other side, which is the main body of the top. So yeah, I'll see you when it's all said and done. Oh, and important, right now my top is wrong side out, because once you turn it over, this single crochet stitches are gonna be on the inside and you're not gonna see them. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy making this beautiful top. I know I'm gonna wear it every chance I get. So if you think you'll enjoy my content, make sure to turn on those notifications and don't forget to subscribe. See you on the next one.